incredibly inspiring to see young people doing it for themselves and making a difference and, of course, empowering their own lives. From those young people to another young lady who is also doing it for herself, another sister doing it for herself. Now, earlier this year, Gabrielle Union was honored with the Fierce and Fearless Award at the 6th Annual Black Women in Hollywood Luncheon. In her acceptance speech that inspired her fellow sisters in attendance, Union confessed, and she said this: "I used to shrink in the presence of other dope, beautiful women. I used to revel in gossip and rumors, and I lived for the negativity inflicted upon my sister actresses or anyone who I felt whose shine diminished my own." She went on to affirm that real fearlessness and fierce women, we stand up and use our voices for things other than self-promotion. We celebrate and compliment other women, and we recognize and embrace the notion that their shine in no way diminishes our light and that it actually makes our light shine brighter. Today in our freshly squeezed segment, we speak to Xolile Chabalala, who's our very own example of a fierce South African actress who has survived and triumphed in the entertainment industry. She's going to reflect on the issues of unhealthy competition and the struggles she faced as a black actress in the entertainment industry, as mentioned by Gabrielle Union. And she is on the line this morning. We're speaking to Xolile Chabalala. How are you, Xolile?
I'm good, and you? How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Good morning. Have you had a good morning so far?
It is. I'm actually doing a walk as I'm talking to you.
Oh,
so good morning.
That's wonderful. Killing two birds with one stone. Now, Xolile, I know that you've been in the South African industry for quite a while. You also spent some time in New York as not only an actress but as a director as well. The whole issue of competition, is it the same here as it is there as well in both industries?
I think the competition is everywhere. It's natural sometimes for a woman in this industry to feel a little bit smaller or intimidated by others.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you know your light, if you know where you're standing as a human being, that you know you come in, you're different, no matter what. It doesn't really affect you. You just need to do what you have to do.
Yeah. Now Gabrielle definitely mentioned some amazing points and some really poignant points in her acceptance speech, and she speaks about having to compromise her self-image and, you know, especially in the casting process and the challenges that a black woman kind of has to go through. What have been your challenges in this industry, especially when it comes to the competition that you experienced?
For me, I always know that I'm different, and I know that counts for me.
Yeah.
I was not coming in, and I would not go in an audition wearing a weave and trying to be something that I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm a natural woman. I value my looks the way they are.
Yeah.
I am an African woman. My hair grows funny, it goes up. It's not a straight weave.
Yeah.
So for me, that works for me.
Yeah.
Because I become who I need to be, not what the market wants you to be.
Absolutely. Now, you're really awesome in that you've embraced who you are. But have you come across any challenges as a performer and, you know, anything that kind of you felt maybe set you apart from everybody else?
For me, what I find that my challenges has always been that when you study drama, because I come from a background of having studied drama since high school, so I find that the characters that I can portray different characters in many ways, and I find that it's easy for me because I'm a trained actor. But what happens is that I find that sometimes you're expected to always dim your light, to always pretend that you don't know anything so that you can get parts, because sometimes people think if you're not educated, things come easy. It's a simple thing, like when you do parts, say you do parts about, there's always parts about poverty, about poor people, and there are no good parts about successful, educated women. So if you are educated or have some so-called elegance or elite status, then you will not play that part because people assume that, oh, you can't play a poor woman, or you can't play a township woman because you speak so eloquently. So for me, that's been my challenge, that we all are the same. I've trained, I can play any part. I don't have to always play a poor black woman or an angry black woman. I can also play a successful woman. Mampela Rampela, I can play her. I can play Nkosazana Zuma. Those are the challenges that sometimes we look down upon. You know, as a director as well, when you're like going to ask for money to do a film about a successful black woman, you're the last one in the queue because every time they expect you to be playing a woman who, if you do a movie about poverty, then they will give you money. And I'm saying it's not fair, because they're successful women as well. They want their stories to be told just as much as the poor people.
That's so powerful. That's so powerful, Xolile. One thing that I just want to end off with, like in the industry, and like you said, in any industry, competition is always going to exist. But sometimes as women, we compete with each other so much more, you know. And Gabrielle also says, I used to revel in the negativity inflicted upon my sister actresses. What is your words of encouragement right now for women that are in the industry who maybe are, you know, happy when something negative is said about the other one? What is your words of encouragement for us in terms of standing with one another, supporting with one another, so that each of our lights can shine equally?
You're always going to shine. Your part is you're always going to have your time, no matter what. Now, to bring down another person is just a waste of time. I was raised by my grandfather, who always told me that I count no matter what. I came from a very humble background, that I count no matter what. I don't need to thrive when somebody else is on somebody else's downfall, because my day will also come. So that's what I know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Xolile, for chatting to us this morning and during your workout as well. We really, really appreciate you taking the time to chat to us.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Have a beautiful day further.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. That was Xolile Chabalala, and of course she is a very renowned South African actress. She's done so much in the country, taking time to talk to us about the issue of not only competition in the industry, but as self-worth as a woman of color. You do not need to compete with anyone. The minute you give someone else the opportunity to let their light shine, you do the same thing for yourself as well. So we've definitely learned a lot on the show this morning. We need to support one another. We need to stand by each other, and women especially, we need to support each other in the industry as well. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see you right back after this.